A very good evening, everyone. I'm Mrinalini. On behalf of Meditation Magic, I welcome all of you today. I would love to introduce our amazing speaker, Prasanna, today. Prasanna started her professional career in India. She has worked in different positions, ranging from being an assistant professor to the head department of computer science, chief information officer, project manager, among others. She moved to the US in 2008 and lives in Houston, Texas with her family. During the pandemic, when the world became one, she could find a group to meditate, and she has not stopped a single day since. Today, she works as a project manager with Citibank at Tampa, Florida. She conducts meditation classes, book clubs, and wisdom sharing sessions on PMC USA and many other channels. In her own words, she says, this feeds her soul. She not only teaches meditation, but she also advocates and guides people to live a healthy lifestyle, both physically and mentally. She has taught many sessions here with us, and she's back here today to take another wonderful series with a new book. Let us please welcome Prasanna.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrinalini. Thank you for the wonderful and kind words on the introduction. So before we go further into today's session, so I'll just give a prayer thing like what we have started understanding our mind by Thich Nhat some time ago, and this book is divided into 5 or 6 sections. And the first section is the store of consciousness, which we have completed, and the second one is the manas that we have completed in the season, and we took a break for other 21-day sessions and MMS, all the things that are going on. So we are resuming back with the section 3 today. Section 3 is the mind consciousness. So that is the section 3 that we are going to discuss today. So mind consciousness is a manovijñana. In Sanskrit, we call it as a manovijñana. This is the mode of the perception where the mind, how we are actually taking it up, right? So between the store of consciousness and the mind consciousness, there is a manas, that which we have already discussed. So through manas or through the mind of consciousness, we may access our store of consciousness. So sometimes through our perceptions, as we know, we have the 3 different kinds of perceptions, how we are going to do it. So that which we have already discussed, those kinds of perceptions, but without any, because when your mind of consciousness is able to perceive the things and capable of touching your realm of suchness, right? The realm of suchness as it is, then that is the wonderful thing. Usually we go with our perceptions, we will not touch that realm of suchness, and we will be in the perceiving the wrong perceptions and all those things. Because of that, we are not able to reach the actual truth. So we'll, without any delay, let me share my screen. Okay, understanding mind, and this is the book. This is the author, Thich Nhat, and this is the preamble. Store of consciousness, the first 15 verses, and manas is the 17 verses that we have completed. And the third section is the mind consciousness, which is 5 verses. We have 23 to 27. That is what I'm going to start today. We have 3 more sections apart from this. What is the mind consciousness? So we have 8 consciousness, right? The first 5, from the basic 5 elements are the 5 senses. This is the 6th consciousness, is the mind consciousness. Is there any echo, Mrinalini? Or you're good?
I can hear you clearly, Prasanna.
Okay. So manas is the base of the mind consciousness. Here, manas is the base, and from the mind consciousness, we are going with the mode of perception, which is always anonymous. That's what here is saying, that whenever we are going through manas, which is always anonymous, because manas is storing so much of images, so much of perceptions we are storing in the manas. So we are not able to directly see the truth whenever we are seeing it. So if mind consciousness, whenever we are seeing without this perception, then only we can see. Otherwise, the mode of manas, which is the mode of perception, is mostly the anonymous. So such of what is our mind of consciousness is also becoming the false. It is not that our mind is false, but through the manas we are going, right? That manas is the one which is playing our all the gimmicks, all the images that we have stored. Suppose if you see a friend, so as soon as you see the friend, what is that you will remember? You are not seeing her the first time. Let us take, okay, you saw her in the last 5 years back or 10 years back. You had some bad experience or a good experience, whatever it is, right? You had some experience. Whenever you see that friend, already your manas has framed something. It will pull out of it. It will pull out of it, and you have framed such a conception. Okay, she's good or she's bad or she's arrogant, whatever the things, right? Because this is the manas. With this perception, we are seeing the people. We are not seeing the people as they are. That's why the mind consciousness is also becoming false. Mind consciousness is capable of other modes of perception as well. They are direct and inferred. Not only the images, they can be the direct and inferred. That is a direct pratyaksha pramana, inferred, inferred one, and then the third one. So that way I will discuss in detail today's class. The way our mind consciousness is a correct perception is through the mindfulness. When we can be the correct perception, when we are the mindful. So when we are mindful, whenever you see a particular person, even if your manas is trying to play the role, oh, she has done that, she has done this, oh, please quiet. That has done 5 years back. I have changed a lot in this 5 years. She too might have changed. He too might have changed. So you will have that kind of, so you will try to be mindful. You will not bring that manas, whatever the images that are bringing, you may not be able to bring it. So you will be able to see the truth as is. When we are mindful, we are aware of our actions. What will happen? We are aware of our actions, what we are doing. We will not do unconsciously. We will do aware of our actions, our body, our speech, and our mind. So we choose the right words. We choose to act. We speak and think wholesome ways rather than the harmful ways. We will not do any harmful ways. That's why some people, when you see, right, you see they are very loving. You will see you want to spend time with them because they radiate positivity when through them. With some people, whenever you say you wanted to get away from it, because with whatever the negativity with them, they have within them, they always radiate that negativity around us, so around them. That's how you also may caught up in that negativity. That's why you feel like you wanted to get. So you should be mindful, because they are not mindful. Whenever they are actually showing that negativity, it's not that they wanted to show negative energy there, but because they are in the loop of their own things, so they're exhibiting only that. Okay, so with the energy of mindfulness generated by our mind consciousness can avoid watering the seeds of. So when you are a mindfulness, you can avoid watering the seeds of anger, craving, delusion in our store of consciousness, and can water the seeds of joy, peace, and wisdom. So there are, as we know, the store of consciousness, everything is stored because before birth itself, our parents have indulged some of the things. After birth, our society has given. The society that we have grew up has indulged some of the things. So some seeds are there within us, within our store of consciousness. We should be mindful of things, to which seeds we are going to water, which seeds we are going to ignore. So this, when you are mindful, you will not unnecessarily water the seeds like anger or a craving kind of thing. You will put the seeds like the peace, joy, and all those things. Okay, now coming back to this original session today, the mind consciousness. So this is the mind consciousness having the 5 stanzas or 5 verses here. 23 is the sphere of cognition. 24 is talking about perception. 25 is the gardener. and 25th is non-perception, and 26th is a states of mind. So this is all talking about the mind. All 5 verses is talking about mind today. So let's go one by one. First one is sphere of cognition. What is the sphere of cognition? What is the first verse? With the manas as its base. With the manas as its base. Mind is coming from manas. So manas as its base and the phenomena as its objects. How it is coming? The phenomena as its objects. Mind consciousness manifests itself. Consciousness is manifesting itself. Its sphere of cognition is the broadest. So we will see in detail later on this. Remember, manas is the base. Mind consciousness is manifesting itself. These are the main things that we have to. So manas is the base. Through manas, we are actually looking. What are those first 5 things that we have? The first 5 consciousnesses that are associated are the sense perceptions, right? The first 5 are sense perception. That is eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body. Okay. The next one is the mind. The 6th one comes under the mind. Let us see one by one. Consciousness is born when a base has contact with an object. So consciousness is born when a base has contact with an object. Suppose you have a feeling. You have a feeling that whenever somebody bought something or you see some beautiful thing or whatever it is. So you got a feeling. Your consciousness is going there, and I want that. I want to go there. I want to acquire. I want to possess this kind of thing. So your consciousness has whatever the thing, you have put your energy on that particular object. So that's where with basis of what? With the basis of manas, you started putting your energy. So there the consciousness went into that object. That is why we say that nature is existing because of your own consciousness. Because of all human being consciousness, only the nature is existing, because all of us are keeping our energy there. Prakriti, how it is coming, the energy given by this, by all of us, the Prakriti is existing. Here also Prakriti, the objects are also part of the Prakriti, right? You are contacting with your base manas on the object. That's how the consciousness is born. The 5 consciousnesses are associated with the faculties of our sense perceptions, that is, see the organs, eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body. Mind consciousness has a capacity to reach out into every direction. So not only this, so whatever that eye we are seeing, whatever the ear, so mind consciousness can go all these 5 also. The object of mind consciousness can include everything in the 18 realms. All the 18 realms it can go, and it can touch everything. Everything we can see, we can hear, smell, taste, touch, or think can be the object of our mind consciousness. Whatever we are just perceiving through our senses or through our mind, that can be the object of consciousness. Manas has the function. What is the manas function? It always thinks. It will not keep quiet. That is why in the meditation, it is becoming hard to control your thoughts, because manas, its nature is its thinking. Think this or think that, worry or happy, feel happy, or want or do whatever it is. Its thinking is, manas has a function of thinking, imagining, cognizing, perceiving, and sensing everything. Whatever it comes, it is sensing everything. This is the manas function, out of which all the indriyas, the eyes is the one which we are actually perceiving so much of it. So 80% of it you can stop perceiving by closing your eyes. That is why in the meditation we are saying close your eyes, so that 80% of the things you will not able to perceive it. Your mind will not waver around. So you will be, there is a chance to go inside within yourself. Okay. Mountain as an idea or a concept of an object of mind consciousness. How much the mind consciousness can mountain full, that much you can conceive. That much you can have through mind consciousness. Many kinds of conditions are needed to bring something into the manifestation. What are those? The 2 primary conditions are sense-based and sense-object. subject and object, right? Sense base and sense object. You need to have these things in order to manifest. Here he says the thing they cannot. Here, whatever that we are doing is not the creation. Whatever we have in our city or in our home, or they are not the creation, they are the manifestation. Everything is the manifestation, a manifestation of the human being. You want it, that's why you manifested and you got it. Okay, right from, you may say that forget about all the, because you think that the God has created, but you have manifested everything. If you think that we have crossed, because our age people, mostly in the now 40s and 50s people, have seen the world without phones, even without the phone at home, from there to without phones, to landline, to mobile, to, we have seen so much. And those who come early in 80s to the years, they have seen how they are writing the letters, how they are booking a call and waiting for it, and then they go on talking to the parents, to now anytime just go to your WhatsApp and click on and have a video call and see them. So how much technology, that who has invented it? Do you say these things was invented or manifested or created by the God? You will say, no, somebody was invented, somebody created. So similarly, each and everything was manifested by us with our mind. We have manifested everything with our mind. Even though the manas is the base, the seed causes the condition of the mind consciousness does not lie in the manas, but in the store of consciousness. The seed, whatever that you wanted to do here, right? Even though the manas is perceiving that seed should be there in your store of consciousness, then only you will start perceiving it. That seed, whether it is in I want to invent, or whether it is other seed, whatever the seed, it could be it should be there in that in your store of consciousness. Then you will pull it. So somewhere something I saw the other day when I go to Dallas, I met a friend. She is my friend and she studied with computer science with me. And she worked for 20 years. But later, for some reason, she said, oh, this is not my cup of tea. I wanted to work with the people and I wanted to work on some kind of healthcare industry. So she started doing undergrad in science now. And then she completed undergrad and she wanted to do nursing so that she can help the people. So see, that is there in her store of consciousness somewhere. But as with the parent suggestion or with whatever the suggestion, she started doing all other things. But because the seed is there in her store of consciousness, it brought back sometime whenever it is, along with her daughter. Her daughter is studying the medicine and she is studying the nursing. So along with her daughter, she started studying because the seed is there in her store of consciousness. Similarly, whenever we are doing, there is a seed within us. So that seed may come by time condition, right? Whenever all the conditions are actually in a positive way, then you will bring up that seed and you will try to do that. That's what you're saying. So though manas is the base, but that seed should be there in your store of consciousness. But the nature of the manas is obscured. What they're saying, nature of the manas is so obscured. It is a distorted, like an electrical signal, distorted electrical signal it is. So whenever she's bringing, the same example I'll take, right? Whenever she's bringing up her wish of going into the healthcare, so the manas may say, oh, at this age, what are you going to do? Now you have to do the 4 years of undergrad and then you have to do the nursing. Is it possible? So the manas is the distorted manas can tell, oh, you cannot do it, you can't do that. This is not your age. All the things that manas can play the role, because manas is always distorted, obscured. So this signal that from the store of consciousness to the mind consciousness, whenever you are pulling, right, this manas is always giving you the distorted signals and information that is passing between store of consciousness to the mindful consciousness. Mind consciousness is actually getting weakened because of the manas. So this manas you should be able to control that manas, and you should be able to retrieve the right information without any distortions. When the mind consciousness is able to touch those seeds in the store of consciousness directly without distortion of the manas, it is capable of touching the realm of suchness. So when you are able to touch the store of consciousness without all these distortion, then you are able to actually the realm of suchness, you are able to do it, because whenever you are touching, because you are seeing things as things. You are not seeing things as the perceptions or things as the images. You are not seeing. You are seeing things as the things, and you are able to retrieve the truth or whatever that is there in your store of consciousness, you are able to retrieve it. Store of consciousness is like a garden. And who is a gardener? The mind. The mind consciousness is the gardener. Okay. So between the garden and gardener, there is a manas. So you have to see that manas is not influencing you, because distorted manas should not. We have to see to that it is not it is passing the right information. It is not actually blurring your information from store of consciousness to mind consciousness. The gardener has a faith in earth. See, the gardener means the mind has a faith in earth. Here, earth is a store consciousness. You have all the seeds, right? So the faith in the earth that entrusts its seeds and considered to be important. So it is having that earth is, so like any other farmer, having the faith on the earth. Similarly here, the mind consciousness is having the faith on the store of consciousness, whatever that it has as a important seeds. Stores of consciousness the power to maintain, nourish, and bring forth what we expect to have. So it has the store of consciousness is having the power to maintain whatever the wishes or whatever the things that we are having. It can store all, and it can maintain, it can nourish, and it can bring forth what to expect or what we expected to have, right? That time it will bring back. In a meditation, what is happening? In a meditation, we trust one day the seeds we plant in the store of consciousness will sprout and bring forth the plants, flowers, and fruits. So that is what we trust. Because whenever in the meditation or in the truth, I can say in the meditation, the truth is whatever you have planted in your store of consciousness, one day they will sprout. Once you are actually watering to the right things or right seeds, they will sprout and they will bring you the flowers and they will bring you the fruit. That is what the first stanza or first verse says about it. Okay. Now the next one, which is more elaborated one on the mind, we'll see the perception. Perception is always like, this is where we go wrong or we go right? So we will see what it is. Mind consciousness has three modes of perception, which we have already studied in 10th verse, I remember. Mind consciousness has three modes of perception. It has access the three fields of perception and is capable of having three natures. Three fields of perception and is capable of having three natures. All mental formations manifest in it. Whatever the mental formations, they are manifesting in those things. So what are those? Universal, particular, wholesome, unwholesome, indeterminate. These are the 5 different kinds of the mind perceptions. Universal, particular, wholesome, unwholesome, and indeterminate. We will see one by one. Okay. Mind consciousness has 3 modes of perception. What is that? Mind consciousness has 3 modes of perception. It has access to the same thing, I think. Okay. Mind conscious 3 modes of perception. What are these? Pratyaksha pramana, direct perception. Inference, anumana pramana. And third one is wrong perception or wrong inference, which results to the wrong perception. That is a abhava pramana. So these are the 3 perceptions that we have. So direct perception, if you take, right, direct perception means whenever we are just directly seeing or directly feeling, it is the direct perception. You feel that there is nothing that you can go wrong. But how we are giving that wrong perception also we are giving, right? Wrong perception or wrong inference we are giving. So how it will happen? Direct perception. Suppose if you put your hand on a flame, it will burn. You feel the heat and it burns. It's a direct. You know that whenever you are putting your hand on the flame, then it will burn. So second time you will not put it. So that is the direct perception. Pratyaksha pramana, you know it directly. So there is no doubt it is a true. Okay, but these direct perceptions also sometimes can become the false perceptions. How? When you are going in that the same old, the good old example of the spiritual science, that is when you are going in a dim light or in the night, you saw there is a rope. And you think that is because of its shape that was laid on the ground, you think it is a snake. So you will never believe it is a snake, it is a snake, it's a snake. That's what you believe it, because you saw it. I saw it the night. So that's a snake. But once the torchlight or anything, that once the light comes, then you understand that's not the snake, it is only the rope. So that particular thing. So there you are feeling it's a directly, I saw it. It's a direct perception, but still it is the wrong perception. So it can go to the third one, which is the abhava pramana. Even though you saw it, even though you saw it, it is not the right one. So it is a abhava pramana. Next one is inference. The next one is the inference, anumana pramana. So anumana pramana is like you are inferring, right? There is a pile of wood or anything, something is there. Oh, just a minute. Some call is continuously coming up. Oh, let me start. Okay, direct anumana pramana, inference, right? So inference is there is a pile of wood is there, and you are seeing some smoke is coming up. Okay, what do you see? There is some fire is going on, so that's why smoke is coming up. It could be right or it could be wrong. The reason is, it could be right or wrong. The reason is, whenever the smoke is coming up, it may not be, there may be something, because you are thinking that because of the pile of wood is there, that wood is burning. So it could be because of the wood is burning, it may be coming up because you saw that 10 feet away or 10 yards away. But there may be some motorcycle came, and because of that, through silencer, the smoke may come. Or maybe some people are smoking there, the smoke may come, because it is not. You are inferring because there is a pile of wood is there, that wood is burning and coming. So it could be true or it could be false. So that inference, sometimes it may be true or may not be true. When it is true, it is anumana pramana. When it is false, it is a wrong inference that you have done, which is falling under the third part, abhava pramana. So these are the three kinds of perceptions that we have. Okay. Next one is, our perceptions are brought about many causes and conditions, essential and secondary. Our perceptions are brought about by many causes and conditions, essential and secondary. Our ideas about things are usually nothing more than reminiscences, means it's just the small things. So our idea, so our perception brought many causes and conditions, essentially the secondary. So because of perceptions, we causes so many things, so many the conditions that we are actually forming up. Most of our perceptions are the result of recalling things in the past. So here what it is saying is, most of the things were recalling, as I gave you an example, right? Whenever that you saw a particular friend, you call it as all the memory you are pulling up. Similarly, when you are in the south, people will say, oh, north people are like this. Or the west, the people are like this. So north people are, northerner will be like this. You have some perception in your mind because you read about it or you know about it. Northern side, the people will be like this, something like that. So whenever you are actually come across a northerner, then you have all the perception, you will bring it back. You recall from all your memory. You will not see that person as is. Instead, you are bringing all, oh, north people will be acting like this. North people will be thinking like this. So you have that kind of idea, northerner, how the northerner. Similarly, the northern people, he may be having the idea of southerner may be having this kind of thing. So that mindset only they will be thinking. So we are all become the victims of this kind of perception. Because people already started thinking what they look like or what they think like. So this is the problem. We have got the set of containers. So we in ourselves, we had put that set of containers in ourselves, right? Okay, the moment it comes, we are putting in this good, bad, he is like the arrogant kind of thing, right? So we are putting them into those containers and we are actually following, we are thinking they are like that only. So this is the problem with our manas. So we are putting them, so often we are putting them into the different containers and we are not actually, suppose let us take an example of, right, there is a liqueurs, there's something like the chocolate with the brown kind of thing, right?
So you are putting some vessel and you are writing this is a licorice. Then, but you are putting the cinnamon in it because cinnamon looks like the same, so you are putting the cinnamon. But everybody will say that's a chocolate or that's a licorice, whatever it is. That is a part. But actually, that's a cinnamon. Similarly, what we are doing is we are taking someone and putting it there because by seeing that, so let us take. So the example that I came to my mind, right? So red car, usually people will say that red car, the drivers will drive fast. They are so passionate about the driver. Suppose the people like the normal people also, if they like red and they bought that, right? The police will think that, okay, these people may go fast or they may be speeding, all the things. That perception will always be there with that color. So which means that, so you are having something because you put it you put the cinnamon in the licorice box, you are thinking that's a licorice, but actually it's not that one. It's a cinnamon, right? Similar way. So with our perceptions, we are putting some things in some other container where we are thinking that is the thing. So this is often we are doing it. That is what the manas is playing. Due to the manas, even though the truth is new and fresh, we cannot touch it. Because our manas, we can only touch the seeds of our own consciousness. We cannot touch the other things. We can only touch the seeds of our own consciousness when the manas is not there. We seldom have a true direct perception and a true inference. So we should have the true direct perception and true inference. Then only we can touch that true store of consciousness. Our usual way of seeing is a false perception. We have set of containers in our store of consciousness. When we perceive something, we place them into the different containers. The example I gave, right? Licorice and cinnamon, that one. Second one, that's the first one. The second one is inference. The first one is the direct perception. Whenever we are seeing the direct also, we are not actually doing it directly. We are actually inferring so much things. Okay. Second one is the inference mode. The inference mode needs a reflection. What is that reflection? If we know how to reflect a skillful way, it can lead to seeing the truth. If we can, a skillful way, if we can do that, it can lead to the truth. We have to apply the skills. We have to apply the truthfulness. So it might be based on the findings from the dig. So here, see, based on the findings from the digging, archaeologists attempt to reconstruct the daily lives of the people who lived in the former times, right? When they are digging, they'll find something and they said, oh, in some 600 years ago, 500 years ago, this might have happened. That's what archaeologists says. Let us take, there is not at all, in that particular place, there is no living people. There was not even living people were there. But somehow, through some floods or something, some typewriter came there. So in their diggings, they found some typewriter there. So they start writing the stories like, okay, from 6,000 years ago, there were the people were living here. They know there's so much of technology. They even have the typewriter at that time. So something like that, they try to infer it. Is this a true? Just because they found the typewriter in that particular place, whatever the stories that they are building up may not be true. The inferences, stories in the sense, the inferences that they are building here may not be true because they do not have the appropriate training. Because just with the one thing, they started writing, they started building up all the stories, building up all the inferences. So this is not the right conclusion, and this is not the right inference that they are doing. So this is an example of the wrong inference. That is how in our life we are doing so many inferences. Just with the one particular incident, we started building it up. So, oh, one person did something wrong. We don't know what happened to her or to him at that time. So what is the need of it? So because of that particular incident, we infer so many things in our life. We can look back. Not only just this, you can look back in a daily life. If you are mindfully doing it, you can look back and see how we are actually doing it. What happened? My screen sharing went or?
The screen share is still on, Prasanna, but I think the presentation stopped.
Presentation stopped, right? Yeah. Let me go where exactly we stopped. Perceptions and inferences. Is that one? Inference, this one, right? Okay. Okay, sometimes the conclusion will be wrong, and this is the wrong mode of inference. Often when we are suspicious of someone and became the wrong inference. So here he has given example of the young boy. That day, his parents has given a wristwatch, and he was so happy. And next day he went with the swimming pool, and he just put that wristwatch on the side, and he went into the pool. And by the time he comes back, the wristwatch is not there. So he started inferencing, oh, yesterday when my parents are giving this, one of my friend, he saw a jealous look. Maybe he took it. So because you are inferencing here, remember, you are inferring the things with a kind of anger, a kind of jealousy, this kind of thing. You are not looking with the love or an understanding. Whenever you are looking anything with the love and understanding, then your inferences will be different. Whenever you are looking with your doubt, anger, jealous, this kind of thing, so your inferences may not be right. So that's what he is saying. Our perceptions and inferences should always be. So our perceptions and inferences should be inaccurate when we are not bring the eyes of love and understanding to our perceptions. So whenever you are perceiving, whenever you are doing, bring that understanding into your thought process. Bring love and bring understanding instead of just going with an anger, a suspicious mind, right? When usually we go with our suspicious anger, sadness, longing, this kind of mind only, but bring your, whenever you are thinking of, bring your love and understanding, then your perceptions will be, or then your inferences will be right. The false mode of inference is with us day after day. When we are perception, we suffer. So whenever we have that false, we suffer. Who is suffering? When you are suspicious mind, when you are anger, actually, who is suffering? Is that the other person is suffering, or is that you are suffering? Who is suffering here? Anytime when you are anger, it is the person who is anger, they are the one who is suffering. The other person may go happily. Okay, so whenever you are having that kind of thing, right, you just think that whether this is right or not, you try to assimilate, you try to ask your friends, you try to help. Hey, this is the situation that happened. I'm thinking this, is it the right way or wrong way? Do you think this could happen? Why don't you speak it up instead of just go with the suspicion? Just go with your very close friend or with the very close mentor. You talk to them, then you'll be understanding what exactly the right thing. Okay. Our suffering and happiness are connected to the suffering and happiness of other people. Always remember, our suffering and happiness is connected to the other people because we are all connected. So try to help each other in perceiving the things. What are the modes of perception? So we see that there are the three types of perceptions that we have seen. Direct perception, inference, and the wrong perception, abhava perception. So what are the modes of perception? There are 3 modes of perception as we discussed right in the beginning. This also we have discussed in some other 20th verse or so, but again repeating. In this, mind consciousness has the 3 fields of perception. They are the realm of things in themselves as it is, that we can see, right? Realm of things in themselves, the realm of representation, the realm of mere images. So these are the 3 things. Realm of things in themselves as it is, the things, realm of representations, and realm of mere images. Images is like dreams, whatever that we are getting, right? Those are all just the images, right? So that we can say. So we will see one by one. The first field of perception is reality, because it is things in themselves as it is without being distorted by our ideation or a mental construction. Before ideation, the mind begins to construct. The mind touches the ultimate dimension, the realm of suchness. Before ideation, before you just see that, I just wanted to bring something, but I couldn't, I didn't have time. Suppose if I show you the one little finger, in the picture, and then the next ring finger, then middle finger, then this one. These are the 5 fingers. If I show you 5 fingers, I'm showing you. So what is that? You will say that if I show you, ultimately, oh, these are the fingers of a hand. These are the fingers of a person. This is the fingers of a male. These are fingers of a female, you may say. But I may be showing this is one person, this is one person, this is one person finger. So different person finger, I may be showing it to you. We have to perceive them as just the fingers. You cannot perceive, you cannot infer. So it's a male, female, hand, all the things, right? So we are actually going that way. We are not seeing the things as the things. We are seeing, our mind is playing a role. We are actually started building up the stories around it as soon as we saw something there. So we are not seeing things as themselves. That's the realm of things. If you are seeing that, then you can touch the suchness. That means actual truth you can touch. The second field of the perception is the realm of representation. The second field is the realm of representation. What is that realm of representation that it is doing? The second field realm of is not the realm itself. It has been constructed, built by our patterns of thinking. Whatever that it comes, you started constructing, you started building, and then you are inferring something. So your thinking is going into that. Then you are seeing that I just met a person in the farming person. Then I saw, oh, they are such a nice people. They are actually very close to the nature. They are farming. They are doing so nice. That is my perception. So that's how I build the thoughts around them. The thing is, the people are doing some farming. That is actually the suchness. Okay, but I have perceived, oh, they are very close to the nature. They are doing good. All that. The same person, their parents are there, they're saying, oh, like any other people in the US, my daughter or my son-in-law is not actually enjoying. They are not having any luxury life. They are actually working hard. So it is all the same person. See how we are perceiving. For me, I see like, oh, they are very connected to the nature. They were doing so good. They were so loving. For the parents, the same thing. It is the thing in such themselves is not changed at all. For the other people, they see that they are doing a very hard work. They are not actually enjoying. They are they are perceiving in a different way. Some other person may come, oh, what is this? Who in the world will do it after working 5 days a week? Again, weekend, these people. What is the use if you are working like this? Where in the world they will enjoy it? The other person may feel. So it is all different people can perceive and can build the stories in a differently. That's what I'm saying. So differently, we can build the patterns based on our thinking. So see, we are the one we are with our thinking, we are manifesting with our thinking, we are building the things, we are able to perceive the differently. The same thing we are perceiving in differently. We believe that the things exist separately from each other. The problem is that we believe that the things are existing each other separately. You are separate and I am separate. So this is the kind of thing that we are believing. That is actually the problem for everything. We are not feeling that we are all connected. We are all one from one only. We are all connected. We see that our sibling is, oh, my own sister, my own brother kind of thing. But whereas somebody else, oh, he is somebody. Suppose if his neighbor, oh, at least my neighbor I need to take care. So somebody comes, so we are not thinking that we are all one. We all belong, we are all connected. So that kind of nature, we are not getting it. Because of that, we are not feeling that set of interconnectedness. The nature of emptiness, interbeing is everything. Everything is interconnected. We really believe in pairs of opposites such as birth, death, being, non-being, objects of good, bad, consciousness. So like this, we are actually thinking there is a pairs of opposites are existing. There is no birth, no death for the soul. When we come to the spiritual science, right? Even then, even we understand, are we actually implementing daily life? If you are seeing, so we have that kind of, we are not feeling that, whenever we are feeling that interconnectedness, right? If somebody is talking something, oh, they were not there yet, they are not understanding. Let us try to make them understand. We will feel that way. If a family member feeling, you are trying to, you are so patient. But if somebody else is feeling, you are not patient. Why? Because you are not feeling that interconnectedness. Because of this, the whole suffering is coming into the picture. This is the whole thing that is the cause of the suffering. The third field is the field of perception, is the field of mere images. What is the third one? It is just the images. We store all the images that we get from the realm of representation in our store of consciousness. We are storing all our images into our a store of consciousness. The image of friends, the image of the friend, whatever nonsense that we are storing in our mind, not only the image of the friend, we store what she wore, what is her mood at that time, what dress she wore, whether is looking good in that dress or not, how beautiful or how ugly she is. Everything we are storing. So we are storing in our store so much of the images we are storing. We need not store also sometimes. You see that friend as a person, and then forget all other things. But we are actually, our mind is perceiving so much. The mind cloud, we are actually filling up all the images. Suppose if it is taking a phone after this 256 or 512, whatever that is, after a certain amount of time, it is saying, Amma, I'm done. I cannot store any more images. You have to delete something. But in our mind cloud, we started storing infinitely, because we are infinite. We are storing all the things in our, and we are retrieving them. So we are in this loop itself. We go to the archives. We go to the archives, in the mind archives, and take them things out in order to use them. So mostly the poets and artists work a lot in this particular realm, because they want to assimilate. They wanted to have those things. They wanted to create from their images, whatever the mind, right? So they're combining these images that are already existing, and then they're coming with the new dreams also occur in this realm of mere images. I'll stop here because there is a lot to complete in this particular stage. I don't want to hurry as the time is up. I'll stop here. We'll continue the first 5 consciousness. There are 51 mind perceptions are there. So what are those 51? We will see in the next sessions, next section, next Tuesday. For now, yeah, there is 2 more minutes. If anyone has any questions, I can take it up. Silence means 2 things, whether you understood or whether you didn't get anything. Friends, utter silence. I see some message. A good explanation. Thank you. Did I go fast or what?
No, you're okay. Not fast.
Okay, thank you.
If anybody has any questions for Prasanna Garu or would like to add anything or comment anything, please unmute yourself and share. I think everybody is absorbing what you have taught us today, Prasanna.
Hope so. My only worry